So you're planning to take a trip with your car, checked everything all over, you washed it, and you feel you're all prepped up. But have you checked these 6 things I'm about to mention? Hello everyone, welcome. This is Olfeno with another informative video. Today we'll be going over 6 commonly overlooked items that need to be inspected on cars, especially before taking long journeys. These items can also form part of your long-term routine maintenance inspection. So let's dive right into it. So we'll be starting off under the hood. A commonly overlooked item is the windshield washer fluid. Usually you don't know you're out of fluid until you actually need it. So right here, it's located right here. If you look at the symbol on top of it, you can see something like a fountain spraying water out on the windshield. So it's right here. On some vehicles, you have an indicator light on the instrument panel. On this car, you don't have such. So the way to check on it, we can see a dot right on top of this cap. You have to cover that dot with one of your fingers and then pull it out. So unfortunately, my cover is broken right here. Try to cover it. Before pulling it, I'll try to cover the hole. Okay, got it done right now. And then we look at the meniscus. So we can see right there, that's the level. Yeah, that's the level of the fluid in the container. So compared to the length of the whole tube, you can see that I'm about quarter full. So I need to top mine off. So don't forget to top this off before your trip, using the appropriate windshield washer fluid for your car. And at the same time, you could check the condition of your wiper blades, both front and back as the case may be. Ensure that the wiper blades are in extremely good condition so that they can serve you when the need arises. Number 2 item on our list will be the coolant hoses. Unfortunately, this is an item that can lead to extremely serious damage if any of them fail while the vehicle is being driven. So a common thing to look out for, here we have the upper radiator hose, and this is the lower radiator hose. Usually you have 2 relatively big hoses coming out of the radiator, as the case may be. So what we're going to be looking out for, around the hose clamps, you should check for bulges around the hose clamps. If you see extreme bulges around the connections, then you should have the hose replaced as soon as possible, because failure to do so could lead to a hose getting ruptured and obviously the engine losing coolant really quickly, and that could lead to serious engine damage. Here I have an old hose that was taken off this particular vehicle. You can see the joints right here. The hose clamp was here, and we can see how big and fat the area around the hose clamp had become. So this hose was going to fail no sooner than later, so you gotta replace quickly. So if you see any of your hoses, radiator hoses, looking this way, have it replaced immediately. Number 3 on our list will be the drive belts. So obviously prevention is better than cure. So with the drive belts, the same principle applies. You want to check for cracks along the ribs of the belts. Check if you have any loose thread hanging on there. If you see any cracks or loose threads, then it's time for a replacement belt. So using this belt as an example, if we look at the tracks on here, we can see that some of the ribs are damaged. So if you have any of your accessory belts or drive belts with such signs, I strongly advise you have such a belt replaced before embarking on your trip so that you don't have any breakdowns along the way. Yeah. Next on our list will be your lights. Yes, this happens to quite a number of people because some people just don't drive at night, and then suddenly when the need arises to drive at night, probably lots of traffic along the way, there's a need to use the lights, and then bam, you discover that you probably have an issue with the lighting system on your car. So you're supposed to check the lights. So in order to have this check done, you may need a partner. So right now I have someone in the car operating the items for me while I'm checking that all the lights are working. Low beam on, high beam on, high beam off, fog lights. So as you can see, all the front lights function fine. So next we check the turn signals in front. So left turn signal, right turn signal. So as you can see, those work fine. So next we move to the rear of the vehicle to see if the various lights are working. So here we have the back. Left turn signal, right turn signal, hazard lights, brake light, okay, reverse lights. Alright, so as you can see, all the lights are working. So the next item on our list that can severely impact the comfort of the car occupants is the cabin air filter. This is especially important if you're going to be spending quite some time in your vehicle on a long trip. A dirty cabin filter could lead to the occupants of the vehicle falling sick, and it could also reduce the efficiency of the air conditioning system of the car. So on this car, the cabin filter is located close to the throttle pedal. So we're going to take it out and examine it together. So here we have the filters. Examine them closely. If it's extremely dirty, have them replaced or washed and replaced so you can breathe in fresh air while embarking on your journey. So for this car, we have it in two parts, as you can see. Slightly dirty, but it's still okay. Obviously, we can still see some lights passing through. So these are still relatively okay. So next, we have a very big one, and you're staring at it right now. Yes, your spare tire. Oftentimes, it gets overlooked because if you don't need it, most times you don't think about it. And over time, the pressure in there could get extremely low, or the whole tire even losing any form of pressure entirely. So let's check this together. Using my trusted tire gauge, I'm going to check on the, since we have a full size spare on here, the pressure should be the same as the wheels on the vehicle right now. And the owner's manual for this vehicle specifies 32 psi when cold. So let's check together. So on my gauge I can see 30 psi on here, so I need to add some air. So using my bicycle pump, I'm just gonna attach it on here and then pump away. So yes, we're right on 32 psi now, and I know my spare tire is good. I'm definitely set for the trip. So with that, we've come to the end of this video. I hope you found it informative. Don't forget to drop me a like and leave a comment down below in case I left out any item. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. Also remember to share the video with your friends and loved ones so they can also benefit from the useful information. Drive safe out there, fellas. Have a nice day. Catch you on the next one.